just a game back of the Lakers right now for the final spot in the Western postseason.
In this matchup right now, Chris Dunn on Jamal Murray as Sexton steals the pass.
And Fontecchio spot up three. Back-to-back threes for Utah to start the game. Every night with Nikola Jokic, it feels like there's something different. It's almost like he's toying with the audience as well as the opponent. Collin Sexton in his second year with Utah. 6th year in the league out of Alabama. Draws the foul on Porter. It's the
decision making. He wants to score the basketball. And I think right now he's finding that balance between being a scorer and being a distributor. I'm higher as a starter, but I like the reads that he's making, getting his teammates involved.
He's had.
Let's show that replay.
Collins again knocks it down. 3 is short from Caldwell Pope. Sexton in the open floor has a incredible burst. Great first step. Underneath gets 2. And it's a 9-point lead, forcing Michael Malone to call for the early timeout.
Their roles, and they can communicate with each other out there on the court and solve problems as a group. He said it's made a big difference in their success as of late.
Coach already talked about teaching concepts and not having a lot of set rules. He wants his players to make reads on their own, and we don't get a huddle after every play, right? You have to figure things out in real time in a very dynamic sport.
Sexton with a kick out. Here's Dunn, a rare 3-point attempt, and everything going down for Utah early on.
Coach Malone said he's actually coaching the ecosystem around him. He's coaching the other guys. So you saw on that pass to Reggie Jackson as Collin Sexton gets the easy layup.
A 7-footer in marketing who's pretty strong, but just can't get around Jokic to block the shot. Sexton for 3. Not his strength, but shooting it better of late.
So the ball's going in, is what you're saying.
Wherever and whenever he shoots it, it's finding the bottom of the net. Trying to become the first player since LeBron James to win 3 MVP awards in a 4-year span.
Win MVP this year. I think all these decisions, you just did the promo for All-Star voting, All-Star voting, All-NBA. There's just so many good players across the league right now.
And organizations are paying attention to that. They don't want to get fined, and players want max contracts. There's a block by Murray, but a steal by Dunn. That's the 3rd giveaway by Jokic tonight. He's looking for a shot more. 5 shots in the first half's not a ton, but he's the leading scorer in the game for Denver with 15 points. Sexton 3 short. Markkanen can't get the tip, but a foul on Jokic. He pushed Markkanen. Utah can hold for the final shot. Trying to put up 70 here in the first half. Clarkson fires underneath to Sexton, and he scores, plus a foul on Gordon. Great execution.
Because Alvin Gentry called it Michigan. But it literally is the play that Villanova used to beat UNC in the national championship game. Chris Jenkins, of course, made the game-winning shot.
He couldn't fit in the tent, but they had to make sure that everybody else could fit in there, so half his body was outside the tent while he was asleep. And Utah isn't playing like a sub-500 team, but the record says they are. Denver 18-0 against sub-500 teams on the year. Collin Sexton again with that explosive first steps.
This is what the Denver Nuggets do. They attack the paint, and if you send a second defender, they maintain their spacing and they get open threes. Great pass there from Gordon.
And then Sexton commits a foul. But do you see a potential trajectory along those lines? Because right now the Thunder, despite no Durant and Westbrook and people thinking Oklahoma City is going to be bad for a decade.
To build around, they have a long runway for success. I think with Utah, they've got a star in Lauri Markkanen.
First-round pick before George. He was 9th overall out of UCF. They're hoping that he turns into a good player. He's been down to the G League as another 3 drops. Tied for 3rd. You got Sacramento and New Orleans right on their heels, along with Dallas. So it's really an important stretch for all these teams.
Than really ever before. But for them, they have a unique advantage with the altitude. And it is a real thing as Markkanen hits another wide open 3.
Even Memphis is above 500 on the road, but with Ja Morant out for the season, what many thought would be an improved Grizzlies team in the second half, you wonder if 39 out out of 66. That's pretty good, man.
I said around 60%.
Yeah, you were right on it. We can't stump you. And right now, nobody can stop Utah. The Jazz have been the best team in the West over the last 11 games.